As a serial entrepreneur, I know a thing or two about starting a business. I've had successes and I have had failures, and all of them brought me to where I am today. So today we're going to talk about 5 tips that every entrepreneur should know. If you're enjoying my content, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Don't forget, so I can keep bringing you content every single day. I'll be right back with you. Hey YouTube, it's your girl, The Real Teddy Talks, educating you daily on entrepreneurship, your hustling, your grind, and building generational wealth. Today I'm going to give you 5 tips for first-time entrepreneurs because I've been there, I've done it, and I know firsthand how hard it is and how you wish some people would just give you the information from the beginning so you don't have to make the same mistakes they made. You're going to make new mistakes all on your own, but it's no point in making the same mistakes someone else you know has already done. So the first step I have for you is to focus. Focus on what it is the thing you want to do and be able to write it down and distill it for anyone who needs to know. And you're going to need this information. I'm talking about your whole business concept, not just your business plan, right? But your business concept. Spend a significant amount of time on this step. The reason is you are going to need it. You're going to need to explain it to your team members. You're going to need to explain it to any future people you hire. If you're going to look for outside financing or funding, you need to explain it to them. You want to explain it to your friends and family. When it's time to start marketing and branding, you're going to have to explain it then again. So it's best to just get it out of the way in the beginning, and that gives you time to sit and focus on it and think like 10 steps ahead. What is it that I want to do? Who am I trying to sell to? What am I trying to sell them? What are the levels and layers of the things I'm trying to sell? What problem am I solving? You have to ask yourself all of these questions and have it written down. God forbid if something happens to you, someone else has that wonderful wisdom. And with it written down, you can see it and you can adjust it as needed. And there will be adjustments. There will be several tens or hundreds of adjustments. So get it out, get it on paper, get it written down so you can start toying with it and tinkering with it. And most importantly, it's available when you need it, and you will need it. And once you're done with that step, you need to be able to distill that into a statement that can be repeated time and time again in 20 seconds or less, your elevator pitch. So you take your big, huge strategy plan, concept development thing, and you take that and you turn it into a 20-second elevator pitch, and you have that in your back pocket when you need it, and you're going to need that as well. The second step for a new entrepreneur is to niche down. Whatever it is you thought you were doing, whatever huge problem you're solving, bring it down several notches. I say this all the time. You cannot be all things to all people. There are very, very few products out there that can solve everyone's problem, and you don't want to solve them. There's an article out there with like 1,000 true fans. And although you want more than 1,000 customers, you don't need that many more than that. So you have to think about a problem that you can solve for a niche of people. My example, 365-day exit strategy, is for those people that are ready to leave their corporate job for their side hustles within a year. You think that's everybody, but it's really not. A lot of people think they want to leave. A lot of people say they want to leave their corporate job. Most people are not ready to give it all up on that corporate side and that nice, reliable, fat check income to go to the side hustles. And mostly because they don't think they can, and they have a lot of self-doubt, right? They don't believe in themselves. So although it seems like that niche covers a lot of people, it really doesn't. Most people aren't where I am, and if you're that person, most people aren't where you are because they're not willing to do the work and believe in themselves to make it happen. So be prepared to niche down. Whatever the big concept is, bring it down so you have your perfect man and or woman or 2 or 3 avatars in your mind, and you are selling to them and only them. So the second step is to niche down. The third step for new entrepreneurs is know what you know and know what you don't know. Be confident in what you know it well. Build your business around something that you know or something that you can know very well. You do not have to be an expert in it, but you have to be prepared to become an expert in it. And then you have to know what you don't know, because what you don't know is going to hurt you, because what you don't know, your competitor will probably know. So you need to figure that thing out or find someone that can help you know that as well. So know what you know what you don't know. Take your ego out of it. What you don't know, you need to learn. And what you do know, you need to know very well. So you can do YouTube videos, you can do marketing, branding, whatever it is, and you can speak off the top of your head, and you can create or build some form of validity and trust in the person that is listening to you, because they know your story, they know where you've been, and they know they can trust you. The fourth tip for a starting entrepreneur is know the money side. Know the financing, know the funding. I said this before, I have a master's degree in international financial management, and you need to know the money. You do not need to have a master's degree, but you need to know the money. You need to plan out 6 to 12 months, you need to budget, and you need to know how much money you have, how much money you're willing to spend, and how much it's going to cost. Because those three things will help you fill any gaps that are going to show up in your entrepreneurial journey over the next year, and as you're planning and budgeting for what you can do and when you can do it. If you don't have enough money to do it, you need to get it. And if you're not ready, you need to build that up and then launch when you're ready. And don't do anything before you're ready. Money does not appear. Free money doesn't fall from the sky. There are grants, there are loans. But I'd rather you have that financial picture so you go in eyes wide open and you know what you need to do. And any money issues you have, you know exactly how you're going to fix it. And the fifth and final tip I have today, there are thousands of tips, but the fifth and final most important one is to get help. You do not know everything. You need to get help from online courses, so you need to budget for that. You need to get help from mentors. I think that word mentor is so overused. I know I used to hate it, but I really like it now, because there's always people you can learn from. This does not have to be someone older and wiser than you. There needs to be someone that knows that specific aspect of the thing you're trying to do. They can be younger than you. They can be less experienced than you, but they have more experience in that particular field. If I'm going to go to someone about how to kill it on social media, I'm not going to go to my 70-year-old mom's uncle, who is a great business guy. He knows a lot about business. He doesn't know nothing about social media. I'm not going to go to him. He's a great mentor when I talk about business stuff and money. He's not a good mentor for social media. I'm going to go to someone like my little brother's age, who's like 25, and they've been killing it on social media for 5 years. That's who I'm going to ask. When I want to know what's the new word for this or the new word for that, they're the ones that are going to tell me. So your mentor in specific fields doesn't have to be someone older than you, or business owners. Each person has their own special niche. Find that person, talk with them, and hopefully they can help get you where you're going to go. And you want to just talk to those that have walked the path you're trying to walk. There is very few all-around successful people, but there are people who have successful podcasts, or people who've sold ebooks, people who have successful websites, people that have a lot of followers on YouTube or a lot of followers on Instagram, and they know how to convert their traffic. These are all probably different people, and you need to tap in and reach into all of them. And maybe you guys can work together and do some kind of affiliate thing, but there's a way that everyone can be successful from a general pool of knowledge. I know that that was not an all-inclusive list, but those are 5 important tips that you need to know as an entrepreneur when you're starting to make that decision to make the big leap. As always, invest in yourself just 1% a day. Reach your exponential greatness and have phenomenal results at the end of the year.